welcome to this yoga video. I have more family members today. My mom is joining us as well as my husband. For today's sequence, we're going to be working around our mat. We are going to start in a seated posture. So if you come onto your mat, crossing your legs, placing your hands on your knees, either palms facing down or palms facing up, and just take a moment to close your eyes. And always as we step onto our mat, so often carrying a lot of external influence, a lot of weight on our shoulders. So always giving yourself a few moments before your practice to just settle into this space, onto your mat, into your breath, your body. Start to deepen your breath. And with every exhalation, feel the weight that you're carrying slide off, peel off. Like an onion, as we peel back those layers, starting to find that connection to your true self, allowing yourself an opportunity to notice how you're feeling, how the body's feeling, where the mind is at, noticing the movements of the body with your breath, how every exhalation seems to ground you a little further. Every inhalation, you grow a little taller through the crown of the head. And then from that space, and that connection, just take a moment to set your intention for today's practice. And offer up your practice to someone you love, or someone who could use a little extra energy today. Always remembering that if that someone is you, that's okay too. And then gently, we start to blink the eyes open. Rolling over the knees, planting the hands in front of us, we're just going to step ourselves back into a downward facing dog to begin today's practice. So coming into that downward facing dog, taking a moment to get comfortable. If it's the first downward facing dog of your day, remember to keep a gentle bend in the knees. Feel free to walk out the dog, to sway the hips, shake out the head. Reminding yourself at the beginning of your practice to pay attention to what works for you and to move in a way that feels right, even if it's different to what I might be saying. We take an inhale in our downward facing dog. As we exhale, start to walk your hands towards your feet at the back of the mat. Take a moment here to find a ragdoll, maybe grabbing onto opposite elbows, maybe taking your hands behind your head, behind your back, behind your knees. Feel free to sway, bending one knee, bending the other. Coming back to finding stillness, we release our hands down towards the ground, bending our right knee deeply. Take your right hand to your left ankle, left arm floats up to the sky. So right knee bends, right hand to left ankle, left arm up to the sky, and we take a twist. Now as you bend into that right knee, keep pulling that left hip in as you open up through that left shoulder, twisting from the midline. Take one more breath here. And then slowly releasing down to the ground, we change sides, bending the left knee, left hand to right ankle, right arm floats up to the sky. Find that nice deep bend through the left knee so that you can twist a little further through that right shoulder. Taking an inhale here. And as we exhale, releasing both hands down to the ground. Walk your hands forward, come into a plank position. Find a strong plank position, shoulders over wrists, spreading the fingers nice and wide. We ground through all 10 knuckles, push the ground away so we protract through the shoulder blades. Draw the navel in. Heels press back as the crown of the head reaches forward. Now every time we move through these push-up drills, I want you to remember that you can always drop the knees at push-ups if you're not quite there yet. Otherwise, we're going to take an inhale here. As you exhale, bend the elbows halfway. Press yourself back up through plank. This time, lower the knees, lower your forearms. So it's a little bit different. Once we lower our forearms, I want you to shift your weight forward. You're going to see that as you shift forward, the elbows lift up, come into a cobra. So draw the elbows towards one another, open up through the shoulder blades, tuck the toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. We're going to do that one more time. It seems like you guys might have gotten confused. Inhale, come forward into a plank position. As you exhale, bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, press back up through plank. Lower the knees, lower the forearms, so the body shifts back. Inhale, slide forward. As you slide forward, the elbows lift up. We find cobra. And then tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. One last time. Inhale, come forward into that plank position. Bend the elbows halfway. Inhale, press back up. Lower the knees, lower the forearms. We inhale, slither forward and up, find cobra. And exhale, tuck the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Come high up onto the balls of the feet, take your gaze to the top of the mat. Let's tiptoe our feet all the way to the front. Once you get to the top of the mat, feet are hip distance apart. We inhale to a halfway lift, so either onto the fingertips or hands to shins. And as you exhale, relax, forward fold. 2 more times, we inhale to that halfway lift. Exhale, release. Last time, inhale, flat back, gaze goes up. Exhale, release. Gently bend both knees, draw your chin to your chest, roll yourself up, vertebra by slow vertebra. Head and neck are the last things that come up. As they do, we take the shoulders up, back, and down. Option to keep the feet hip distance or heel toe the feet to touch. We bring our hands to prayer at heart center. Take a moment to connect with your breath, with your body. Remind yourself of your intention. And remember to have a great practice. As we inhale, sweep the arms high to the sky. Exhale, dive down to the ground, forward fold. Inhale to lift and lengthen. Listen carefully as we exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back behind you. Inhale, right arm sweeps high to the sky. Take your feet, point them towards the right hand side. Drop the hip, drop the arm as you exhale. Inhale, lift back up. And exhale, runner's lunge to the ground, step your right foot back. Move through your vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling forward and up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. So as we move through our vinyasas, remembering that you can always use knees, chest, chin, and coming into cobra. Otherwise, if you're moving with chaturanga, be mindful to shift the body weight forward before you bend the elbows, trying to get the elbows to stack over the wrist. As you inhale through upward facing dog, or even cobra, engage the back chain, the back muscles. So really squeezing those glutes to protect your lower back. And as we press back into our downward facing dog, always using our core muscles, so squeezing the hands and feet towards one another to lift the hips up and back. We take an inhale in our downward facing dog. As we exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, we fold. Once again, inhale, sweep the arms high to the sky, root to rise. Exhale, dive back down, hinging from the hips. We inhale to our halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back behind you. Left arm floats high to the sky as we inhale, turn your feet towards the left. Lower your right hip, lower your left arm, exhale. Inhale, sweep it all the way around. Step the left foot back, vinyasa, high to low. Inhaling, exhaling, downward facing dog, and we breathe. Coming back to the breath and downward facing dog. Slowing the breath down, reminding yourself that with your breath comes your energy. At any point throughout today's practice, take breaks as often as you need to. Child's pose is always a great option to come back to the breath, to slow things down. You can also skip vinyasas, coming straight back into downward facing dog. We're going to start to move through today's flow. So taking one more full round of breath where you are. And let's do this. As we inhale, right leg sweeps high to the sky. Bend your right knee. Keep the shoulders square to the front. So we're twisting from the midline here. Now there's reason why we're going to do this. So keep the knee bent. Come forward into a three-legged plank. As you come forward into a three-legged plank, all I want you to do is take your right foot behind you. Keep the left leg straight. Lift the hips. Open the heart. Wild thing. As we exhale, lower your hips all the way down to the floor. Yes. Now right arm sweeps back behind you. So lower the hips, we come to seated. Take that left arm up to the sky. Left elbow across right knee, and we take a little twist here. Now, if you want to make this an active twist, you can bring that right elbow in front of the right knee and press the knee into the elbow as you twist. We take one more breath here. And then press into the feet, lift the hips. Nope, I lied. Take that left arm back behind you. Teachers mess up too. Come back into your wild thing. We inhale here. As softly as you can, start to bring your right foot to the front of the mat. The easier option is to bring the right hand down and to step the right foot forward. Otherwise, keeping that right arm lifted, we lift the right foot, step to the top of the mat, lower the right hand. Take a moment to find the grounding through the legs so your feet are hip distance apart. We inhale, float the arms up, find your crescent lunge. Now take a moment in crescent to get comfortable. We square the hips off, pulling the right hip back, left hip forward. Bending into that right knee, back leg is straight, tailbone's pulling down as you press the heel back, the left heel back. Now with the arms, can you lengthen the arms a little higher, drawing the ribs and the navel towards one another. Create space in the shoulders. We take an inhale here. As you exhale, fingertips in front of your right toes, shift the weight forward, standing splits. Left leg floats high, head and neck relax, we melt our chest over our right thigh. Hips are squared, so lift that left leg a little higher, pointing the left toes. Taking one more inhale here. As we exhale, bend the right knee, step the left foot back, lower your left knee to the floor, arms float up, Anjaneyasana. Now, you can release the back toes. In Anjane, we are shifting our weight forward and up. So if you find that you're really losing the strength in the legs, squeeze the feet towards one another to find that lift, but shift the body weight forward so you get the stretch through the left hip flexor. Lengthen through the fingertips. We inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Shoulders reach up, back, and down. Exhale, twist, left elbow across right knee. Now while we're here, try to find that proper alignment. So press into the left elbow, bring the prayer to the center of your chest, tuck your back toes under, lift the back knee up, find your twisted lunge. Maybe the gaze goes up, back leg is straight, back heel presses back. We take an inhale here. As we exhale, cartwheel the arms open, warrior two. Bend into that front knee, so front heel in line with back arch. Find the expanse in the hips. You can even angle your right toes out a little bit, but keep pressing that right knee away. Pushing into the outer edge of our back foot, arms are long, gaze goes straight ahead. Flip the front palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, take your gaze to the back of the mat towards your left foot. We are going to turn to the back of the mat, bring your right hand down, pivoting onto the ball of your right foot, left arm up to the sky, simple twist. Now you have two options here. We're going to take our feet, point them to the left, either coming into that Shiva stretch, so reaching the left arm back, or you lift the hips nice and high, find side plank. Left leg stacks over right, squeeze the inner thighs, lift the hips a little higher, lengthen through the left fingertips. We inhale here, exhale, left hand down, optional vinyasa, or we meet back in downward facing dog. All right, yogis, I know you got this. We're going to move straight on as we inhale, right leg floats high to the sky. Exhale, right foot steps between your hands. Inhale, arms float up, find your strong high lunge. As we exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, shoulders reach up, back, and down. Exhale, shift your weight forward, come into warrior three. Left leg floats up. Now try not to kick up, but to float up. So even keeping a micro bend in that right knee to help square off through the hips, but lifting through that left leg. And then gently bring the left knee towards your chest. We come to stand. All right. I've got my mom and William's back towards me. So William, bring your knee to your chest. Yep. Bring your knee up. I know when you're not looking at the teacher, it becomes harder. This is going to get even harder. So listen carefully. Bring the left knee behind your right, and we're going to curtsy. So sliding that left leg down behind you, we bend, yeah, and then inhale, bring the knee back up. We exhale into a skater squat, slide that left leg down, inhale, bring it back up. Now this time, slide the left leg at me really quickly. I know you got your back to me. Left hand comes down onto the mat. Right arm floats up to the sky. All right, guys, we're going to step right leg over left and come into fallen triangle on your mat. Yes. So mom, you might want to put your hand back on the mat to make it a little easier. We take an inhale, lift the hips higher. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left leg floats up to the sky. As we exhale, left foot steps between your hands. Yes. Inhale, arms float up. High lunge. Exhale, warrior two. Front palm flips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Take your gaze to your right foot. Coming to the front of the mat, we turn to the front of the room. Left hand down, pivot onto the back ball of the foot. Right arm floats up to the sky. Once again, feet turn to the right. Option for that Shiva twist. Option for side plank. Lift the hips. Squeeze the inner thighs. Feel the engagement of your obliques of the side muscles. Take an inhale. Exhale, right hand down. Optional vinyasa. Or we meet back in downward facing dog. All right, yogis. I know that got a little confusing. The great news is we're going to be repeating it. So wherever you are, take 5 breaths. You can stay in down dog. You can take a child's pose. You can come onto your forearms for dolphin. Starting to open up the shoulders, strengthen the shoulder muscles. Remembering that in dolphin, you really want to press the ground away, melting your chest towards your thighs, walking the feet in a little bit, trying to get those hips nice and high. But most importantly, coming back to the breath, which I've already started to lose. So reconnecting with that breath, noticing how the body's feeling. We're going to do the exact same thing on the left-hand side. So hopefully now that you've done it once, even if you got confused, it'll be a little more familiar as we do it on the left. Take one more breath where you are. If you happen to be in child's pose or on your forearms, let's start to press ourselves back, downward facing dog. All right, my fellow yogis, left leg floats high to the sky as we inhale. Bend the knee, open the hip, but square the shoulders off to the front, so you're twisting from the midline. We inhale, come forward into a plank position, and exhale, left foot behind you, left arm up to the sky. Right leg is straight, left knee is bent. We lift the hips, open the chest. As you exhale, lower your hips to the floor. Sweep, left arm behind you, right arm up to the sky. Right elbow bends. You can either hook right elbow across that left knee, or you can press your right elbow on the inside of that right knee and push knee into elbow. So you're starting to engage the inner thigh muscles. Gaze goes over that left shoulder. We take one more breath here. Then slowly we unravel. Right arm reaches back behind you. Left arm floats up to the sky. We lift the hips nice and high. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the left foot to the top of the mat so you can drop the left hand and step the left foot forward. Now, make sure your feet are hip distance apart, that you're grounding through the feet so you can hover your fingers off the floor and then float the arms up. High lunge. Take a moment, square the hips, bend into that front knee, tailbone pulls down, back leg is straight, back heel is pressing back, belly draws in, ribs hug the navel, arms reach high. So if your arms are forward, William, yes. We take an inhale here as we exhale, fingertips in front of the left toes. Shift the weight forward as softly as you can, standing splits, right leg floats up. Head and neck relax, you're melting your chest over the left thigh this time. Right toes point, right leg reaches a little higher, we inhale. As you exhale, bend through the left knee, step the right foot back, lower the right knee to the ground, release the toes, arms float up, Anjaneyasana. Once again, shifting the hips forward, but squeezing the feet so you still have that lift, that length through the right hip flexor. Starting to open up through the heart space, fingers reach a little higher, we inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, shoulders reach up, back and down. As we exhale, right elbow across left knee. Tuck the back toes under and lift the right knee up off the ground. Remember to use the knee on the floor to really find that alignment, that twist before you lift yourself up. Try to find lift in the upper body, opening through the left shoulder, straightening out through the right leg. We take an inhale. As you exhale, cartwheel the arms open, warrior two. Take a moment in your warrior two to find that right alignment.
So front heel in line with back arch, bending through the front knee, pressing into the heel so we continue to engage that left glute. Pressing into the outer edge of our right foot so you don't collapse into that inner arch. Finding the expanse through the hips, length through the arms. We flip the front palm, reverse our warrior. Take your gaze to the back of the mat, turn to the back of the mat, bending the right knee, left hand to the floor, pivoting onto the left ball of the foot as the right arm floats up to the sky. Maybe your toes start to turn towards the right. Option for the Shiva twist. Option to press into those hips, find side plank, right foot stacks over left. Squeeze the inner thighs, lift the hips a little higher, lengthen through the right fingertips. We inhale, exhale, right hand down. Optional vinyasa, or straight back into downward facing dog. All right, guys, you know you've got this. Inhale, left leg floats high to the sky. Exhale, left foot steps between your hands. Arms float up as we inhale to a high lunge. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, shoulders reach up, back, and down. As we exhale, the body shifts forward. We push our weight, we don't push. You shift your weight into your left foot, and without pushing, we float the right leg up into warrior three. Try to square the hips off. So most of us have a tendency to lift up through the right hip. If you don't have enough mobility in that right leg, bend the left knee to lift the right leg a little higher. Make sure you're not collapsing in the upper body. Slowly bring the right knee to your chest. We come to stand on our left leg. All right, guys. Skater squats. Press into that left big toe for balance. Right knee behind left. Find your squat. We curtsy. Bring that right knee back up to your chest. We exhale, right knee behind left. Curtsy. Right knee to chest. Now last time, we're going to take that right knee behind. Right outer edge of your foot plants on the floor. Right leg is going to straighten. Bring your right hand to the ground. Left arm up to the sky. So your right leg is straight. Come onto the outer edge of your right foot. Left arm up. That's how we learn. We fall. Lift the hips a little higher. Shift the weight into the right side. Left leg steps over right into fallen triangle. Lift the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Inhale, right foot sweeps up to the sky. Three leg down dog. I've lost footing. We get there in the end. Exhale, right foot steps between your hands. We are now on the right side. Arms float up, we inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Front palm flips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Gaze goes to your left foot. Turn to the front of the mat now. Bend your left knee. Right hand down, left arm up to the sky. We pivot onto the right ball of the foot, simple twist. Once again, option for that Shiva twist, option for side plank as our toes turn to the left. Lift the hips a little higher. Squeeze the inner thighs, press the hips forward. Take an inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Optional vinyasa. Or straight back into our downward facing dog. Continue with the right hand side as you inhale, float the right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Square the shoulders off to the front, come forward into the three-legged plank. Take your right foot behind you. Once again, wild thing, we lift the hips, open the heart. This time as you exhale, lower the hips to the floor. Bring your right knee to the side. Right sole of the foot on the inside of your left thigh, coming into Janu Shirshasana. We inhale, float the arms up. As we exhale, reach the arms forward, pelvis tilts back, navel draws in, and then lower over that left leg. Keep trying to square the hips off, pulling that left hip into its hip socket. Remembering that as you flex the feet, you stretch into the back of the leg. Pointing the toes gives you a stretch into the shins. You can round through the back to get a stretch through the spine, or keep the spine nice and long so you go further into the back of the leg. Taking one more breath here. As we inhale, slowly starting to lift the upper body up. Taking your left hand behind you, drawing the right knee into your chest once again. Come into wild thing, lift the hips, open the heart. As we exhale, bring your right hand down, right shin to the ground. We take our pigeon, square the hips, open the chest as you inhale, and exhale, lower down. And trying to make sure that you're not weight bearing in the arms, noticing if you're feeling tension anywhere. Remembering why we're in this posture, where you want to be stretching, feeling the stretch in that glute, the T-band. And then working with your breath to really stretch it out. Noticing if there's any pain in the knee. You want to stay away from pain, so if it is painful, you can always come into a reclined pigeon. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly starting to lift the upper body. Planting the hands, tucking the back toes under. We float the right leg up to the sky as we inhale. And then exhale, lower the right foot down. Inhale, left leg sweeps high to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. Shift your weight forward into that three-legged plank and bring that left foot behind you. Lift the hips, open the heart. Right leg is straight. Lower the hips all the way down to the ground. Left sole of the foot on the inside of that right thigh. Right foot flexes, arms float up, navel draws in. Sweep the arms forward, reach the arms forward, and fold in Janu Shirshasana. Keep pulling the right hip into its hip socket. Taking any variation of the posture that feels right for you. Stretching any part of the body that needs stretching, whether it's the back, the legs, pointing the toes for the front, the shin. Rounding through the back if you need to stretch through the spine, or keeping that spine nice and long to get into the hamstring. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly we peel the upper body up off the ground. Right hand reaches behind you, left knee draws in. We come back into wild thing. Press the hips, open the heart, left arm reaches. Lower the left hand, lower the left shin. Pigeon prep. Lower the hips. Heart opens with the inhale, and as you exhale, lower yourself down into your pigeon. Using any props that you need, maybe placing a block under that left hip if you feel like it needs propping up. Otherwise, you can always take the heel further away from the body, bringing it more parallel to the top of the mat to go deeper into the stretch. Whatever adjustments you need to make, making them and then finding stillness as you surrender into the posture. Breathing to go further into that stretch. Taking one more breath here. And then slowly we start to peel ourselves back up off the ground. Plant the hands, tuck the right toes, sweep that left leg up and back. Exhale, lower the left foot to the ground. We take an inhale, coming high up onto the balls of the feet, gaze to the top of the mat, bend the knees, step or jump through to seated. Navasana. Let's take a quick core exercise. So bringing the shins parallel to the ground, the hands under the knees, find length in the spine as you engage the core. If you feel like you can hold the pose here, bringing the arms either side. We take a breath where we are, and then lower into Ardha Navasana, half boat pose. So the legs go long, the feet and the shoulders stay off the ground. We squeeze everything into that midline and lift ourselves back up. Doing this 4 more times, we lower down and lift back up. For 3, we lower down and lift back up. For 2, lower down, lift back up. Final 1, we're going to lower down, hold our half boat pose. Maybe the arms stay either side of you, maybe the arms reach over for 3, for 2, and release yourself down to the ground. Hug those knees in towards your chest. Give yourself the biggest squeeze that you could possibly give yourself. So much so that your head lifts up. I want you to tense every single muscle in your body. Your nose is reaching for the knees. You're going to squeeze, 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 squeeze. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open up the mouth and exhale. Release everything down onto the ground, coming into your final relaxation pose, Shavasana. The legs go long, feet fall out, arms away from the body, palms facing the sky. Now this video is going to go black for about another 5 minutes so that you can stay where you are without another video starting. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one.